Alright, good Tuesday evening, everyone. It is time for Weather Geeks. In case you're new to this video serves a couple of purposes. First things first, I can talk for as long as I want. On TV, I'm restricted to 2.5, 3 minutes. And I oftentimes have more to say than that. And, I've got a lot of information I want to get out there for people to be able to plan their day a little bit better. And so this video is geared towards people who just need more weather information than they're ever going to get on the news or even get on their apps. And also for people who are just really into the weather. Weather geeks, weather nerds, weather enthusiasts. There's a lot of you out there. I was really pleased when I arrived here 3.5 years ago now that I was really kind of pleasantly surprised how many people are just really into the weather here across the Mahoning and Shenango Valley. So this video is definitely geared towards you. So we'll take a deep dive into the current weather now. I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this because, I'm recording this at 7:15. A lot of you are watching this a few hours later. The information can be outdated. But about 7:15 this evening, it was still a hot mess down in southern Ohio. I-70, a sharp dividing line here. We have flood advisories, flood warnings out, flood advisories for the south side of Columbus, down towards Washington Courthouse as well. Been a lot of hail-producing storms down here, and a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings are still up around the Cincinnati area, really going to town down towards southwest Ohio into southeastern Indiana, northern parts of Kentucky. As you can see, there's just a slew of warnings here, and a lot of hail as continuing. We've had these hail problems all day in southern Ohio, and around Cincinnati right now, we're still getting quite a bit of decent-sized hail down there. That's why there are severe thunderstorm warnings. It's a hail threat primarily, so it's a mess down in southern Ohio this evening. Thankfully, everything is just staying off to our south, though. We're not concerned about any sort of bad weather here. All right, speaking of bad weather, we've got more ugly weather out across the lower Ohio Valley with a straight-line wind damage threat. And then our big-ticket severe weather situation out here across Tornado Alley. This is just a classic setup for severe weather, with a low-pressure zone ejecting out of the Rockies and the instability going through the roof out here across the Plain States, with very dry air meeting up with very moist air coming in from the south and the east. The result's going to be a very stormy night, more tornadoes, more very large hail out there. As far as the current watches, I just showed you some of the warnings. There's severe thunderstorm watches for a huge chunk of real estate, generally from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and even back towards Springfield, and then heading all the way through the lower Ohio Valley and stretching all the way over towards the mid-Atlantic coast. So that's where the severe thunderstorm watches are, and of course these are tornado watches in the red out here across the Plain States. Severe weather reports over the last 12 hours. Boy, we're pushing 500 reports here with a ton of hail, some damaging winds, and of course a handful of tornadoes so far. We even had some heavy thunderstorms around our viewing area early this morning, right around 4 to 5 a.m. My trash can was blown across the driveway. We had to shut windows in the house because the blinds were flapping. We had wind gusts at the airport over 40 miles per hour at about 4:30 this morning. So it's been a busy 12 to 24-hour period across much of the country. All right, here's our Futurecast model showing the radar as we go through tonight. Again, the severe weather continues. Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, southern Nebraska, and getting out into parts of Missouri, Arkansas, and perhaps northwestern parts of Louisiana as we get into the middle of the night tonight. Houston under the gun for some thunderstorms tomorrow morning. Shreveport, Louisiana, and then heading up towards Little Rock as well. So this is a real big deal. Not uncommon for this time of the year, but it is, again, a life-threatening situation and a big deal. Temperatures today, interesting. We took a nosedive first thing this morning with those storms. Then it actually got pretty warm. Actually, the official high at the airport today, 71. And in some parts of Mahoning and Columbiana County, it got to 74, 75 degrees today. But then temperatures just did a nosedive right around 5 o'clock, and a lot of us are tumbling back through the 40s early this evening. And we still have a pretty big temperature spread as of 7:19 this evening across our viewing area. Still in the mid-60s down towards Calcutta, but then northern parts of the viewing area up towards Kinsman, it's in the mid-40s. And it's been no higher than about 40 much of the afternoon along I-90 from northeast Ohio over towards Erie, PA, and into southwest New York as well. All right, tomorrow's going to be a pretty nice day. This front stays off to our south. We're going to have a good deal of sunshine tomorrow. A seasonable day. We'll get up to about 63, 64 tomorrow afternoon, so a fine Wednesday. And then conditions start to go downhill a little bit on Thursday. Now, I don't think Thursday is a rainy day from start to finish, but showers will come and go throughout the course of the day. Kind of a murky-looking day. And speaking of murky, we're going to hang on to the clouds Thursday night into Friday. And with this, this almost looks like an inverted trough coming off this low pressure system. With this in place, I would expect light rain at times on Friday, particularly morning and midday. Temperatures might struggle as a result. I've got 60 in the forecast for Friday. I'm not sure if I buy in getting that warm. We might have to take that high temperature down on Friday. Rainfall totals with our next rainmaker. The modeling is generally kind of somewhere between 1/10 of an inch and 1/2 an inch, with the RPM a little higher. Europeans a little bit higher as well. Probably 1/4 of an inch is a decent average at this point for our next weather maker, Thursday to Thursday night and parts of Friday. All right, as we head into the weekend, Saturday is your pick day of the weekend to get the honey-do list taken care of, to play some golf. No problems on Saturday, with high pressure giving us at least a partly sunny sky. I'll call it a mix of sun and clouds. Now, it's not going to be real warm Saturday. 62, even a little below average for the final day of April. That's the better half of the weekend, because here's Sunday. Now, the GFS has pushed a little bit farther south with the rain Sunday. Not sure if I buy that yet, but I think there's a pretty good chance for some rain at some point on Sunday. And temperatures, again, kind of cool for the first day of May. And speaking of cool weather, there's not a lot of warmth in the longer range. I showed this at 6. A lot of the next 10 days, not a ton below average, but at least somewhat below average. So say goodbye to the warmth that we've had over the last couple of days. We're not going to see 75 or 80 again anytime in the foreseeable future. Hopefully we'll start to turn things around during the second week of May. Thank you for watching tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. Appreciate it as always. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11. And if you missed that, if you're in bed, if you're an early riser, always check out Jess's energetic forecasts on WFMJ today starting at 5 a.m.